On this episode, we have the most positive conversation about politics that you'll hear all election season with Matt Miller. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. My name is Josh Burnett, and as you can see, we've got a very well-dressed guest today. I'm really excited to be talking to him. We're going to be talking about many different things. One of them, all right, hold on. We're going to talk about politics, and I realize it's been a crazy year with politics, and here at the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show, our mission is to celebrate special people, places, and businesses. And this guy is all three, and I promise this will be an encouraging conversation. Don't worry, no Donald, no Hillary, only positive stuff. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to Columbus and tell them a little bit about you.
My name is Matt Miller, and I'm born and raised right here in wonderful Columbus, Indiana. I grew up, went to school here, and went to Purdue University. And I moved back to Columbus and worked for the Bartholomew County Sheriff's Department for several years. And my grandfather, who started a local business here in 1974, came down with cancer. And so I quit the Sheriff's Department and bought the family business that he had started here in town, Two Rafters Pool and Spa.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate that intro. There's one thing that you left out, which I think is pretty interesting. At Purdue, what did you study?
Yeah, so I minored in entrepreneurship, and my major was aviation flight technology.
So does that mean you're a pilot?
I am.
After college, did you fly it before owning the small business?
Mm-hmm. I did. I flew for 3 years for an Indianapolis Racing League team, Chip Ganassi's team, and I was a personal pilot for them.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got to fly a lot of neat people.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, we're going to be talking about politics, as you heard, and specifically county council. Matt's going to be running for county council, so we've got some questions that you have submitted, so let's get into the show. Matt, first things first, what do you love about Columbus and Bartholomew County?
There's several things that I really like about Columbus and Bartholomew County. You know, I would say one of the first things that I have to mention is the people. I think one of the things that makes Columbus great is the people. I was talking to a gentleman a couple weeks ago, and he told me he had just moved here, and he was living in Illinois at the time. And I asked him what made him move here. Was it Cummins or was it family? And he had no ties to Columbus. He was traveling on I-65 and stopped at the Walmart out west. And he had fallen and broken his leg. And he said the amount of people that stopped to help him. And even after he went to the hospital, somebody came and met him and gave him a ride to a local hotel. And he had lived in several places in his life. And he said that the amount of people that extended a hand to him that he didn't even know. And so he moved here because he said the people in Columbus are like nowhere else. And so I always remember that story. And I'm glad my hometown gets that reputation. I think the other thing is, you know, it's a great place to raise a family. My wife Lisa and I choose to live in Columbus because we want to raise a family here. You know, Columbus it's still a small town, even though it's not necessarily a small town anymore. Yeah. We're close to so many things to do, entertainment and stuff like that. But yet it still has a small town feel. It's almost like everybody knows everybody. And if you ever need anything, you know, I think back to the whole, you know, if there's a major crisis in somebody's family, everybody pitches in to help. The whole Josh Strong thing, I go back and think about that, how the community really rallied around Josh and his family. Yeah, and that was awesome.
Matt's talking about Josh Spidell. We're actually hoping to have him as a guest later this year, and that is a great story. I mean, so many times, like the flood in '08,
exactly,
or you know, just different times that our community has gone through some really difficult situations. We come together, and that is the special thing about Columbus. Yeah. Matt, how would you improve our county's current financial state?
Yeah, so you know, I married my wife in October of last year, and her name's Lisa. and we have one son. He's a furry golden retriever by the name of Reggie.
Matt.
Yeah.
That's great, man. Like, and I actually want to hear more about Lisa and Reggie. You said?
Yeah, Reggie.
But dude, you're not answering the question. You're sounding like one of those people in the debates. Okay, seriously.
Okay, I'm not a politician. I'll answer your questions.
That was totally a joke. So, no, but seriously, how would you improve our county's current financial situation?
Yeah, so one thing that I think is really important for the county to do is to budget. Right now, the way it's currently done is we just take 1 year at a time. We need to look, 3-5 years out and forecast for large expenses and be able to save for those instead of waiting until they get here and trying to find the money for them. That's one of I think that would help a lot by forecasting and budgeting for the future, just like businesses do and you and I do in our home lives. Budget for the large expenses moving forward and save money for them, so that way we have some money built up when it comes time for those large capital expenses.
Matt, why are you running for county council?
I'm running for county council to help people. The taxpayers need a voice on county council, and over the years, I've looked at different ways to give back to the community who's given so much to myself and my family. And I've sat on several different boards, and I volunteer at the Sheriff's Department, and I'm a volunteer at our hospice now. And I've done that for many years, but sometimes on some of the boards that I've sat on, I feel like I'm not making a positive impact. Like we kind of just go through the motions. And I want to help people. I enjoy working at the Sheriff's Department. Even though I quit my full-time job there, I still continue to volunteer there because I love being able to give it back to the community and help people, and I really, really enjoy that. And running for county council and hopefully becoming a county councilman gives me the opportunity to help taxpayers and to make a positive impact. So many things I've done, I kind of feel like I'm spinning my wheels trying to help people and it really doesn't affect anybody. Someone came to me and said, hey, will you consider running for county council? You can make a positive impact. And so I looked into it, and ultimately I made the decision to run for county council for that very reason, to help people. I'm not a politician. I just want to help people and to make the county more efficient.
Matt, what makes you qualified to be on county council?
I think there's a couple reasons why. I think the main 2 points, I was a county employee for 5 years. I worked for the Sheriff's Department, so I understand how the county's budgets work. I understand how the county works. When I was at college, I minored in entrepreneurship, like I had said, and I took a lot of business classes, so I understand budgets and spending money and stuff like that. And then in my everyday, in the real world, I operate my own business. I have to live within a budget. I'm a business owner. Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of going back to my customers and knocking on their door and saying, hey, I just bought this new piece of equipment. I'm going to need $20 more for that pool cleaning we did a month ago.
Right.
And in a way that's kind of what's happening in the county with wanting to raise the taxes. Is we spent too much money or we need more money. We need more money from the taxpayers. And I don't believe that. We have to learn to live within our means, and we have to learn to live within a budget. And I think that's what's really important.
Renner Motors is the official vehicle sponsor of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. For the next year, we'll be driving around a 2017 Honda HR-V representing Renner and celebrating everywhere we go. Renner Motors is Southern Indiana's premier Ford and Honda full-service dealership. They're located in Columbus, Indiana, and have been locally owned and operated since 1948 by the same families. Our family has personally been buying vehicles from Renner for over 25 years. If you were to ask me where you should buy your next car, with or without a sponsorship, I would recommend Renner every time. If you would like to check out their latest deals and current inventory, check out their website at rennermotors.com. Renner Motors is located at 3055 Central Avenue.
And we're back with Matt Miller. Thank you for watching the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. Matt, we're going to play a game now that we call If You Only Knew. Okay,
right.
I'm just going to throw some questions. First things that come to mind, all right? All right, what's one word to describe yourself?
Honest.
Favorite food?
Favorite food? I like a lot of them. I would probably say barbecue hamburgers.
Okay, nice. What song do you sing in the shower?
A lot of them. I would probably say something by Pitbull.
Okay.
or I Will Survive.
I Will Survive. Would you mind singing a little bit of that? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's one of your guilty pleasures?
Dessert.
Dessert. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you love most about your wife?
Everything.
Everything. Tell us one specific thing.
Yeah.
Though. What do you love
I
most about her?
Man, she's a really good cook, which is why I like dessert so
Right.
much. I would say her support for me in everything I do. Running for county council, she does all the marketing for our business, Rafter Rafters, and stuff like that. And she's just by my side and really supports me and my dreams and my goals.
Characteristic you most value in others?
I would say honesty.
What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Myself.
Yourself.
I laugh at myself.
That's
a lot.
good. You don't take yourself too
No, I
seriously?
don't.
Good. Who's your childhood celebrity crush?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, nice.
And we drove to St. Louis to see her.
No, you didn't.
We did.
Oh,
my
my
cousin
goodness.
and I and our moms drove to St. Louis to see Britney Spears in concert.
That is awesome. Who's one person in Columbus that you'd like to celebrate?
It would be my grandfather, Lauren Johnson.
What about him would you want to celebrate?
You know, my grandfather was the hardest working man I've ever met in my life. When he started our family business, Rafter Rafters, he had quit a previous job and he had $5 in his pocket. So he started with $5 in his pocket and made Rafter Rafters what it is today while raising 5 kids.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah, he was the hardest working, most honest man I've ever met in my life.
And you said, has he passed away?
He has. He passed away in 2012. I bought the business in January and he passed away in July.
Wow. Well, that's really cool that we can celebrate him.
Yeah.
Matt, I want to thank you so much for being on the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show.
Appreciate it.
Good luck in the future. Before we go, though, you've answered a lot of our questions, but this is your opportunity to ask the people of Columbus and Bartholomew County one question. What would you ask them?
If elected to county council, what is important to you as a taxpayer and how can I best represent you and your views?
That's a great question, man. I hope that you guys will answer that in the comments below. It would mean a lot to Matt, I'm sure, and to our county in general if you would answer that question. And I want to thank you guys for watching another edition of the hashtag Celebrate Columbus show. I hope it was okay that we talked a little bit of politics today. Matt, thanks again for being on the show. You guys keep asking questions, and we'll keep celebrating Columbus together.